Closer to the foothills, tree-lined streets, spots for new constructions, views, Littleton is a favorite for all of these reasons and more. Hey everybody, it's Alyson Wahl with Live South Denver, your real estate strategist and realtor for the South Denver area. Today we're doing a driving tour through the 5 main zip codes of Littleton. We're going to talk about stats, the dynamics of each of the areas, and you're going to get a load of video footage so you feel comfortable with the differences among the areas. So let's start with a map so you get the lay of the land. The dominant zip codes in Littleton are 80120. This is the zip code right around the downtown area. 80123, 80128, 80127, this is your foothills zip code right over on the west edge, and 80125, this is where almost all the new construction for Littleton resides. All right, let's jump right in. Starting with 80120, homes in here are all right around the downtown Littleton area. So as you can imagine, since downtown Littleton is historic, these homes tend to run on the older side of things. Based on the 254 homes that sold in here last year, the median age or year for homes in here is 1962. Looking at this price breakdown, we see that half of the homes sold were between $500,000 and $700,000 last year, with another 25+% selling between $700,000 and $900,000. Compared to other zip codes we're going to look at, not that many homes over here in 80120 sold over $1 million. The reason for this really primarily has to do with home size and home age. The smallest homes over here start at just like 1,000 square feet and they inch up from there. There are a lot of homes in the 1,200 square foot range, 1,500 square foot range, 1,800 square foot range, and everything in between. The very largest homes are only around 4,000 total square foot. Now, there are certainly a few outliers, but those are really reserved for all the homes that are over $1 million. For this zip code, the median square foot is 1,600 square feet, and that is at a median price of $667,000. Split level homes and one-car garages are common over here. That makes sense given the age, right? 19% of homes are a split level of some sort or style. We'll talk about what percent of homes are split level in each of the zip codes as we go through them, because while they can be updated and remodeled to have a nice open and fresh look, they are still not the preferred style for most home buyers. And you generally can't get away from the split level. It cannot usually be turned into a 1-story or a 2-story. So you're stuck with what you get structurally, and it is not most folks' favorite option. Now, those garage bays over here in these older homes, when I tried filtering for 2-car garage homes, it took out 25% of the houses. So there really are fewer 2-car garage homes over here in 80120, though 90% of the houses have at least one garage bay. Now, do know, with the age of these homes and the size of today's cars, you may only be storing garden tools and toys in that garage bay because those are smaller garages and today's cars are so big. Last thing to know about homes in these areas, lot sizes are so generous. 0.21 acres is the median lot size. Life in 80120 and around the downtown Littleton area brings with it so many conveniences. The commute into downtown is shorter. You obviously have bikeability and walkability to downtown Littleton for many of the areas around here. There are loads of established parks and trails. There are the mature tree-lined streets. Light rail is nearby. There are just really so many perks for being in this area. All right, on we go to 80123. 490 homes sold over here in the past year. 50% of those homes were priced from $500,000 to $700,000. The next biggest segment was over $1 million. The homes over here are still older homes, even though they are newer than the homes in 80120. The median age is 1979 over here, and the median lot size is 0.19 acres. The median home size is around 1,900 square feet for a median sales price over this past year of $680,000. Now, one of my favorite areas in 80123 is Governor's Ranch. This is really close to both the foothills side of 80123. You're conveniently located right next to Whole Foods. There also is a Trader Joe's over in 80123, so you've got your pick of favorite stores. But what I love about Governor's Ranch is just the style of homes. You've got a really nice diversity in home style, home size, great maturity. And these homes are ripe for either being updated or finding one that's been beautifully redone. And the price range means there's really something for everyone in here. So 600 to around $1 million. And there's green, nice belts of open space for walking dogs, going out on your own to just enjoy being outside. It really is a lovely neighborhood over in this area. Now, if you're wanting something that is above the $1 million price point, I would tend toward Beaumar and Beaumar South. Both of these have the added bonus for residents of having private access to the water. So you can launch boats, you can go out and play, and that is really unheard of in most parts of the Denver metro area. There actually is another spot in 80123 where you can do this, but these would be my picks for really premium locations to check out in this zip code. Now, I mentioned the Whole Foods, I mentioned the Trader Joe's, there's Target over here, there's loads of retail, there are refreshed facades for retail, so it doesn't really feel all that run down in this area because Littleton's been around for a long time. So as you know, when communities are established, sometimes those retail spaces start to feel old, the parking spaces feel old, all of it just feels like, oh, I wish it would get that new look to it. Well, they have done a really good job with much of this area of kind of freshening it up. You have loads of restaurants to choose from, so there is a lot of that nice and fresh, clean feeling, along with lots of choices that are new and current. Across 80123, the larger homes here are running 4,000 to 5,000 total square feet, so plenty of room in here to have a larger home, have your family have some good elbow room and some space. The smallest homes start around 1,000 square feet, so we're talking tiny, and they inch up there bit by bit, kind of like over in 80120 where it's like just incremental growth. It's not like there's a few at 1,000 and it goes to 1,500 square feet. So there are some really small homes to be had over here. 23% of the homes in this zip code are a split level of some sort, and most of the homes have a 2-car garage. What you might find interesting though is that most of the homes do not have anything larger than a 3-car garage. So we have these large homes, 4,000, 5,000 square feet, but you're not going to find anything really where you have an option to have more than 3 garage spaces. Now, that may be fine. For most families, 3 is fine. But I do have folks who are looking for that 4th garage bay, right? You've got teen drivers, you maybe have someone else that's living with you in the family, and you still want that extra garage bay for all your stuff. We've got canoes, bikes, toys, motorcycles, the stuff for the yard. And so that extra spot is where you store all that, right? Well, this is not going to be the area where you're going to find an abundance of 4-car garage options. We're going to swoop south a bit and hit 80125. This is all that new construction. On record, 443 homes sold in here last year. I guarantee you it's more than that because the builders don't report everything in the same system that I pull the data from. This pricing graphic would pull into a really nice clean bell curve, wouldn't it? Aside from that tail end where all the homes that sold over $1 million are. Nearly 20% of the homes in 80125 are priced and sold over $1 million. That's the second largest segment aside from that $600,000 to $700,000 range. That clues us into just how dynamic of an area 80125 is. It is really not all new construction, but it is a lot of larger homes and custom homes. We've got areas like Ravenna, which is a custom golf course community. Most of the homes in here are large and $3+ million. We have estates at Chatfield Farms. These are probably your 2+ acre homes, 7+ bedrooms, multiple thousands of square foot of home to call your own, and these beautiful views to the west of the foothills. They also overlook the reservoir. So these are generally going to be $2+ million homes in there. And then if you're going to live in Roxborough overlooking Arrowhead Golf Course, at least $1 million generally in there as well. And those are just some examples of the higher end homes in 80125. Now, on the other extreme, not in the new construction realm, we have these modest single family homes that are your 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, maybe even just 2-bath home that are running in the low 500s, maybe tipping into the 600s, and they were built in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. And so we've got everything in between in here, along with all this opportunity for new construction in Sterling Ranch and Solstice. So while 80125 is known for unique properties, large properties, new construction, what it is not known for is convenience. That is not its calling card. There are going to need to be a lot more people coming in before you see convenient retail, schools, shops, restaurants. They have one grocery store, one gas station, a few little shops, and that is it. You are driving a solid 13 minutes, I know that's very exact, before you get to anything else that you need that is not currently there. That's fast too. You're not getting anywhere in 10 minutes where you need anything else. So it's probably 15 minutes with traffic before you've got what you need for conveniences outside of what's in town. For some people, that's a deal breaker for this part of Littleton, but if you're wanting new construction and you want to be on the west side of town, this really is nearly your only option unless you head north. And the more north you head, the more money it costs because it puts you closer to Boulder, and they figure that people who need to be close to Boulder are priced out of Boulder but can afford more. They're working for a company that is paying Boulder prices. So that's kind of the catch-22 to that situation. Okay, some other stats we didn't hit yet. The median home size is 2,200 square feet, one of the larger ones, for a median home price of $725,000. Finding a large home here, not a problem at all. We already covered that, 4,000, 5,000 plus square feet, easy peasy. And also, this is one of the areas that fits my kind of homes for larger families portfolio. If you haven't caught that video and you want to, it's right here. So it's easy to find 4+ garage bays. It's easy to find homes on a 1/2+ acre lot. This isn't just an area with large homes, large space, all of those goodies. So if you want that, this is one to certainly check out. Don't need anything big. You can find homes that run 1,600 square feet on the small size here. So modest homes still exist. We chatted about that. Those are the older homes. And there are small homes with these new builders. They have small lots. We're going to talk about that because the median lot size seems pretty good here. Not if you're getting new construction, and you can still get some smaller homes with these guys too. They are even doing townhomes in these new construction community in Sterling Ranch, not Solstice. The median age is 2019, and the median lot size is showing up as 0.14 acres. Okay, let's slide west to that very favored zip code of 80127. Why is it favored? Well, it's right up against the foothills. The views are spectacular. Now, I say that, some people want the white peaks, the snowy peaks of the Rockies where you're heading out to go skiing. You're generally a little too close to get those. So for some people, it's not their favorite spot to be. However, what you do get and what you do see is really spectacular over here. And your commute time to get over to those Rockies and to go play is compressed and it is shortened, and that is fantastic for still being in the metro area. 511 homes sold in here over the past year, and these homes follow a similar pricing curve as what we saw in 80125. Really nice, neat, sharp, tidy until you get to those homes that sold over $1 million. Over here in 80127, though, it is not the second largest share of homes selling at $1 million like we saw over in 80125, but it is a pretty solid uptick in that segment. It's got to be exciting for first-time home buyers to see just what a large segment of homes are selling in that $600,000 to $700,000 range over here in 80127, especially when such a large part of the drive to live in Colorado is the lifestyle piece, not all just job and financial opportunity, right? But why do people come here? It is to feel like you live in Colorado and to live the lifestyle of Colorado, and this ticks those boxes so well. The homes over here do lean newer than they do in a lot of the other zip codes. The median age is 1990. The lot sizes do tend to show up as being a bit smaller than we're seeing in some of the other parts of Littleton. However, certainly more spacious than you'd see in many of the other planned suburbs around the metro area. Median lot size is 0.16 acres. Over the past year, we're seeing the median home size is 2,000 square feet for a median sales price of $725,000. And over here in 80127, nearly every single house has a 2-car garage. 28% of them have a 3-car garage, so that's a pretty generous amount of homes where you will find that 3rd garage bay. With even the smallest homes here starting roughly around 1,700 square feet, I think this has to do really with how large the homes tend to run over here. It's easy to find your 4,000 and 5,000 square foot homes, with the homes leaning to be a little bit newer, even with them being established. That desire for more garage space came with that. So as we have gotten to be a newer culture, we have accumulated more, so more garage space came with those. So larger homes, newer homes come with more garage space, which is why you're seeing that stat here. One thing that wasn't weeded out with these newer homes was the split level style. 24% of the homes still show up as being split level in their floor plan. Hands down over here, my favorite neighborhood is Ken Caryl. Now, some of it sits north of 470, some of it sits south of 470. It's kind of right at the curve, so you might say east, you might say west, but I say north-south. I love all of Ken Caryl. I love it for the amenities. The HOA just provides so much in terms of amenities to its residents. The maturity of the trees and the landscaping is so thick and gorgeous. There are red rocks all throughout the southern part of the neighborhood in terms of rock formations where you're hiking and playing and exploring. Really, it's such a fantastic community. And there are price points all throughout that would fit for your budget. So you can get something in the 600s, you definitely can get things over the millions. Love Ken Caryl. I'm putting a playlist of Littleton videos at the end. You can see the one I've done about Ken Caryl. It will show more of the footage inside the community in addition to what you've already seen here, so you may want to check that out. Okay, so if Ken Caryl is not your preference, your vibe, you don't want to be quite in that location, some other favorites of mine, Trailmark, which is actually really close to the Lockheed area. This neighborhood is small, they have events, they've got a park, they have amazing views that kind of back up to a bluff. Again, you can get homes in here from the high 6s, low 7s to $1 million if you're backing up to that open space. Really beautiful area, and it puts you close to 470 other amenities in this zip code. And again, if you're gonna work at Lockheed, crazy convenient. And if you're looking for a custom home, lots of acreage, more rural than urban, White Deer Valley would top my charts. Yes, it's expensive, but it is more about how utterly beautiful it is. It is nestled between two areas of public land and park. There is no one around you other than the neighbors you have on these 8-acre, 20-acre, 30-acre parcels. I would love to live in there. That one also will be in my Littleton playlist you can catch at the end. Last in line numerically is 80128. This brings us to the popular neighborhoods of Stony Creek, Columbine Knolls, Normandy Estates. 387 homes sold in there over the last year. 58% of those homes were between $500,000 and $700,000, and another 18% were between $700,000 and $800,000. So by percent of homes sold, that makes 80128 the most affordable zip code in all of Littleton because 76% of the homes sold were between $500,000 and $800,000. That bests every other zip code by a substantial amount. The lot sizes are quite generous in here. 0.22 acres is the median, and age-wise, the median age is running around 1977. Given that age, I'm guessing you won't be surprised that 34% of these homes are some sort of split level in style. And over the past year, the median size was 1,900 square feet, selling for a median price of $650,000. Homes run a little bit smaller over here. The larger homes are 3,000 to 4,000 square feet, where if you noticed in several of these other zip codes, we were looking at 4,000 to 5,000 square feet on the larger end. So this 80128 zip code is a little more in line size-wise to 80120. You're going to find smaller homes over there in that downtown area and a little bit smaller homes over here as a general rule. The smaller homes are generally going to be around 1,500 square foot in size. You can find smaller ones, but the majority of small homes start right around that footprint. So they are bigger than some of the other small homes we've seen in other zip codes. Nearly every home offers a 2-car garage. About 12% have a 3-car garage, and actually 5% of the homes offer 4-car garage spaces or more. I think a lot of it has to do with how large the lots are, so there's space to add things on, maybe add a detached garage, things of that sort. So I shared some of my favorite spots and neighborhoods and parts of Littleton with you throughout this video and here in this playlist that you can catch. However, Littleton is full of gems and nuggets, right? Water access, views, parks, trails, affordability, big lots, custom homes, new construction, so many different avenues for you to pursue across Littleton. So if you'd like to chat about Littleton or what other parts of South Denver might be a good fit for you, please reach out. You know, I would always love to chat. And I will see y'all next week.